My name is JENS-JØRGEN Pedersen. I am head of program at the Velux Foundations in Denmark, and I'm working with the projects abroad, meaning social and educational projects for children and youth in Europe in general, and with a special focus on Central and Eastern Europe. The Velux Foundations dates back to the middle of the 20th century, where Willum Rasmussen was the inventor of the roof window. The earnings of his inventions were basically formed into a foundation. And the foundation is nowadays two foundations, the Willum Foundation and the Velux Foundations. We call them the Velux Foundations altogether. And it is still the same way as it was founded, meaning that the surplus, the profits of the company goes either to improve the company as such or goes into charity, which is what the Velux Foundations is all about. So you can say the relation is that the company is earning money, and as foundations we are giving the money away. We are recirculating the money into society, helping to improve society as such. And this is the basic philosophy of the founder, that if you earn money, you should give money, and you should give money back to society. This is what we're doing. Our main goal is to find quality, is to find projects that can provide us with the right quality that uses the money the best possible way. We are only moving into larger projects that can actually move things and can actually change things. But the first headline is we need quality, and we are getting that. So the issue of quality is very close to what we are doing, and it's close to what the company is doing as well. And many times when I try to explain to projects what kind of quality we are talking about, we would say back, you need the same project quality as the quality of the windows. So if you don't know what quality is, go and have a look. So you need good materials, you need sustainable materials, you need intelligent solutions that can be worked with for many years. We do that when the companies are doing windows, but we're also doing it when we are doing projects. Normally people understand that quality in the sense of something physical that you know about. If you transport that into projects that are dealing with, in our case, children and youth, you know that this is not just a quick fix. This is something that is well thought of, well planned, well done. The kind of projects that we are working with and supporting with financial aid is projects that are concerned with developing new methods, with trying out new ways of doing things, or exploring maybe a problem and finding ways to solve it. All projects that have a concrete content, but at the same time projects that are working for systemic changes. the typical project manager who is writing the application to us, maybe in cooperation with others, but the typical key person who's writing to us and trying to come into contact with us is a person who is special in the sense that he or she has experiences from the problems, have a huge commitment to that this has to be worked with, and maybe sees it also as a part of their own life to make changes in this area. An example would be ELENA, who is head of the HESED program in the Fakulteta ghetto in Sofia, Bulgaria, where she is working with basically a health program. She is formerly a doctor and was actually sitting, writing all the proposals into the government and sitting as a government official, and didn't feel that things were happening in real. It was more talk, it was more descriptions and considerations and action plans, but there was no implementation basically. So what she gathered together was people around her who supported the same idea of actually working with the problems in concrete, setting up a social center in the ghetto and finding ways to work within the ghetto directly with children, with mothers, with parents. We've been supporting that both because the idea is good, but also because that the project management has a passion that is extremely important for actually making this work. We've seen tons of descriptions and project proposals that could do something like this, but we seldomly meet people who are so engaged and who are so knowledgeable about what should be done and who can meet the people that they're working with in a way where things are becoming into reality. Another example could be ZUZANNA, who's working with handicapped people in the city of Konin in Poland. And extraordinary what has actually been achieved there of results of working with handicapped people where you would think that it would be limited what they could actually make of themselves in life. But where ZUZANNA and her sister has demonstrated basically that you can do whatever you believe you can do, and has actually demonstrated paragliding of people in wheelchairs or extraordinary initiatives where handicapped are living by themselves, living independently, running machines, running offices, running whatever they can do, and doing it with very good results. Basically, what we can say now is that we can see that the people who are in the projects are the absolute most important factor of making it successful. Besides the people, you can say that we are looking a little bit at the transition process as we see it, because where we see change happening, and especially where we see systemic change happening, it is not because of one thing. It's a lot more complex. It's a question of having people who are passionate, an idea that is very good, a project that is well planned, to have good cooperation projects, to have good relations to local municipalities, to the government, and so on and so forth. So it's more a fitting together of very different elements that at the end of the day makes the transition. And transition is not done as a quick fix. Transition is done over a period of time. That is our experience in this social and educational sector. It's not moving from one day to the other. It takes time. Maybe as an experience that we have, as we have had over the years in trying to find the people element and the transition element, you can say that at the end of the day we want to have things to move, we want to have new ways of doing things, and we want to do that within the framework of what it is that national governments or local municipalities are working with, because at the end of the day, they are the key responsible also in the future for what is happening in the sector. So nothing can be done singularly, it has to be done in cooperation with others. The future of the foundation is discussed right now within our board, and we are pretty sure now about that we will be working not as broad as we have been doing until now, but we will now focus in on one specific area where we will try to support at the same way a passionate dealing with things that can actually move us in new directions. And we will be focusing on transition to work, meaning young people who are in a situation in life where they have to choose their future. They should be choosing a lot more vocational education and training instead of only choosing in the academic field. We will try to help with that problem and try to develop vocational education and training in the future.